Hello, Marlins fans, and welcome to this edition of Marlins Audio Recap, where I'll be recapping games which I have covered for Fish Stripes about the Miami Marlins. And fans, what a game it was on Thursday night. The first thing I want to mention is just a performance by Pablo López. 7 innings, he gave up only 3 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 runs at all, 9 strikeouts, 0 walks, lowered his ERA on the season to 0.52, his whip to 0.75. He did this on exactly 100 pitches and 69 strikes. Nice. And just an amazing performance. Tied his career high for strikeouts with 9, Pablo López did. And it was just amazing to see how he just performed. This is the Pablo that everyone has been wanting for years and years. Despite the injuries and everyone wanted from that 2020 season, this is him on another level. 3 starts. They've only given up 1 run. And it has been almost magical. You could say he's probably currently definitely tied maybe with Sandy as the best starter right now. Maybe not overall, down the line, in the future, but right now, Pablo is in the top of the order for the Marlins. And they have one of the lowest ERAs, just not in the National League, but of all starters in baseball. And this was just an incredible performance. And you look at the guys that he struck out. He struck out Tyler O'Neill 3 times. Albert Pujols, future Hall of Famer, 3 times. Paul DeYoung, Harrison Bader, each twice. Paul Goldschmidt once. Tommy Edman. You just look at all these different strikeouts that the Marlins had over the course of the game. Not just from Pablo, but 2 from Tanner Scott, 2 from Anthony Bass, who came in both in relief. Really great performances. Tanner Scott in the 8th, Anthony Bass in the 9th. Really great there. And again, all these different strikeouts. Just Pujols striking out 3 times and Tyler O'Neill striking out 3 times. This is what you want to see from the pitchers. Pablo, with the majority of those strikeouts with 9, really punched it out for the Marlins. Really helped drive that win and secure it. Just it's also really good when you see the pitching and the defense just really go hand in hand. Just shutting out the Cardinals. The Cardinals are not an easy team to shut out. They do have one of the best offenses in baseball. Their lineup is just littered with Gold Gloves, future Hall of Famers, batting titles, all-stars, MVPs. It is littered from the top to the bottom. And it's just really incredible what you see from the Marlins pitching-wise from Pablo. Probably one of his best performances ever in his entire career. Really great start to the season for Pablo. And Marlins getting the win is probably the most important thing, but it's really great to see Pablo, the way he performed. But he was not the only Marlins that performed almost outwardly. The next one we have to talk about is Jesús Sánchez, who had 3 runs, 2 hits, and a home run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Just a monster home run. Jesús Sánchez has been the best hitter, not just hitter, the best player for the Marlins this season so far. Definitely the best batter. 1,000% the best batter so far for Miami. And we still have to talk about another player who had a home run this game, Chisholm. We'll get to that later. But here are some things that Jesús Sánchez leads eligible Marlins hitters in. I'm reading just from a tweet from the Miami Herald's Jordan McPherson, and it reads, home runs, 3, hits, 16, batting average, 364, OBP, 404, slugging, 682, OPS, 1.086, runs scored, 9, triples, 2, tied with Jazz, 9 RBIs. Just incredible to see from Jesús Sánchez. And then the other home run was some Jazz Chisholm in the bottom of the 7th, hit a 2-run homer, scoring Brian Anderson. And oh my God, what a home run it was. Jazz just hit a home run, and he pimped it. I have to say that. He went around the bases. He argued with the ump before, I believe, 2 strikes, and then he had some words with the umpire, and he hit this home run. You see him jog around the bases. He does a Euro step at the end. This is what I like to see. This just shows personality. You know, when you go to the media, the nationwide media, not just regional coverage, not just local reporters in Miami, Marlins Twitter. Just when you go to overall Major League, you know when ESPN shows you love and Bleacher Report and just different coverages are covering the Marlins and are showing love to this one particular player. It's really great to see. It shows that the Marlins have something in their hand. They have a face of the franchise. They have a player that they can advertise, a player that they can promote, a player that they can sell jerseys, put on billboards. And he's that guy. Jazz is that guy. And he's still so young. He is such a young player. He still has time to develop to an even better player. This is still very young in the Jazz experience for the Marlins, but so far it is paying dividends. He is the face of the franchise. He is the player that eventually, that fans are going to pay to see. The last time we had something like that was Jose. And I don't want to compare Jose to Jazz. You can't really do that. But in terms of paying to see of a personality that people want to come and watch play baseball, Jazz is that guy. 1,000%. Jazz is definitely going to get to that level in terms of just of a player that people want to pay to see. But this game, it was wire to wire for the Marlins, and also quietly, we seen different players have great games for the Marlins. Brian Anderson is slowly becoming more, I want to say a little better, because he did have a slow start and with injuries and everything. But this game on Thursday, he had 2 walks. He had an RBI. He did come in for the run with that Jazz homer. And we are seeing better Brian Anderson. Maybe he's better off left in the bottom of the order like he was in 8th. That's probably what really need to see from Brian Anderson. But if he could continue that, then things are looking great for Miami. And mind you, this game, there was no John Birdie. No, DLC came in late, but he didn't even get in that bat. Miggy Rojas had an off day. Joey Wendell was a shortstop. This is really great to see. Probably the only thing that was rough was Garrett Cooper. 3 at-bats, 2 strikeouts. He did have a walk. Avi had a strikeout and 4 at-bats, 0 hits. I don't know what about Avi Garcia. When he wants to be, he can be such a great player. He was like that in Milwaukee. I don't know, say he's still getting used to it because we're still so many games, or more than 10 games into the season. But I don't know. It's a little rough with Avi now. And also with Horsler, see him get a hit. He got a double in the game, and that's really great to see when you see Horsler popping off like that. Increasing his average, his on-base percentage. That's what I want to see from Jorge Soler. But overall, it was such a great game for Miami. This is a game that makes you proud to be a Marlins fan. It had everything. It had home runs. It had a player arguing with an umpire. A Euro step, had 2 home runs. It had a great pitching performance. You saw strikeouts. You saw incredible plays, double plays. You saw there was a great play by Joey Wendell in the middle of the game where he was diving to catch a ball, and the ball kind of went out, and then he threw it to first base, and he got the batter out, and this was really great to see. Jazz also kind of had that where he bobbled the ball, went out of his glove, and then luckily he did get the player out at first, which is Yadi Molina. But this was great to see from Miami. This is such a great performance. This makes me so proud to be a Marlins fan. I love this. Paulo is having a great start to the year. He is the Cy Young right now. Right now, like if it was right now, the season ended right now, this instant. But Paulo has been so great. And also, he was against Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks is one of those young, savvy players. He came into the season with a 0 ERA, 5 strikeouts. Only 4 innings. They had him more in a relief role. But even himself, he had a good game, decent game, 1 run. It was maybe the bullpen would struggle a bit for the Cardinals, especially late in that game. But it's good when you leave guys like Paul Goldschmidt, Tyler O'Neill, Albert Pujols, Paul DeYoung, Harrison Bader, Tommy Edman all had 0 hits. You can win that game when all those guys have 0 hits. Nolan's going to get his. Nolan did have 3 hits, but he's been the hottest player in baseball over the course of this beginning part of the season. And, if everyone else just combines, for 2 hits, rest of the lineup, 2 hits, then you will win this game. You will win that game. After the show up, Tanner Scott and Anthony Bass, we both had the exact same line. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 0 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 0 walks. They're performing really well. The bullpen gives them some energy, some confidence as we head to a division rival, the Atlanta Braves, the defending World Series champions and former team of Jorge Soler, World Series MVP. The first game we will see is Friday at 7:20 p.m. We will have Kyle Wright of the Atlanta Braves, who's 1-0, 11 innings, 1.64 ERA, .73 WHIP, 15 strikeouts, and 1 walked batter, which is really, that's a pretty nice line you see there from Kyle Wright. 15 strikeouts to 1 walk. Going up, Marlins own Trevor Rogers. This is going to be a tough matchup for Trevor. At Atlanta, the Braves lineup is always going to give trouble. They replaced Freddie Freeman with Matt Olson, one all-star for another. They still have Ozzie Albies. They still have Dansby Swanson. They still have Eddie Rosario. They still have Marcell Zuna for them. Duvall, Dunard. Still teams that will give you trouble. They really improved also their bullpen with Kenley Jansen. They have Will Smith, AJ Minter, Darren O'Day. It will be a tough matchup for the Marlins. We'll leave the predictions tomorrow. You could catch us on Fish Stripes Live. It will stream around, I believe, it's usually an hour before the game. So if the game's at 7:20, probably around 6:10, 6:20, we'll be live. Fish Stripes Live. Catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Show some love. But Trevor Rogers, Kyle Wright, the first game. Second game, it's projected Eliezer versus Ian Anderson. And then lastly, Jesus Luzardo versus Bryce Elder. And do remember this. Always, win or loss, go Fish.